Dark side of Las Vegas. One of the most well-known and populous cities in the United States is Las Vegas, Nevada. For decades, tourists have traveled to the desert in search of a glimpse of this ultra-modern, expansive metropolis. Everything from indoor activities to outdoor fun may be found here. Yet there are a few drawbacks to consider before making the big move to this bustling metropolis. That being said, shouldn't something be said about the periphery of the infamously fast-paced, high-glam lifestyle? Most visitors to Las Vegas are oblivious to the daily wrongdoing and repugnance that exists there. While a trip to Las Vegas might be entertaining, settling down there can be terrifying. 10. Education. When it comes to public schools, Las Vegas has one of the worst records in the country. In 2018, Las Vegas had the worst performing elementary, middle and high schools in the US. If relocating to Las Vegas with kids is in the cards, it's best to look into private education options if at all feasible. Las Vegas has a growing population, so officials there are scrambling to construct new schools to accommodate the city's expanding student body. There aren't enough qualified educators to fill all the open positions, and it's taking a long time to do so. Most people will be discouraged by their annual beginnings earnings of $27,000. They also have a hard time locating low-income housing that is within their price range. Frustration is a persistent state here, said the surveyor. 9. Gambling. The city of Las Vegas has earned its nickname Sin City due in no little part to the prevalence of gambling addiction among its residents. Gambling is perhaps the most well-known sin associated with Las Vegas. Whether at home, at a bar, a restaurant, a grocery store or a casino, you can always find the right setting and company to engage in this activity. It's nice to treat yourself every once in a while, but most of Vegas's fine eating establishments are located inside casinos, where temptation is always at hand. Having a drink while gambling is a major problem in itself, and it also adds to the problem of compulsive gambling. Since casinos are the most common places for gamblers to gather, they often provide patrons with a wide selection of free alcoholic beverages. It's easy to be lured into wagers you wouldn't normally make while sober, but that seems like a good idea during the time you're drinking. While this isn't a probable outcome for everyone, it does occur. 8. You will need a car. Although it is true that Las Vegas is a little oasis amid an otherwise vast desert, the city itself is really rather sizable. Also, there's Summerlin, Henderson and North Vegas in addition to the Strip. Even while the public transit is great and there are many taxis, you really need a vehicle if you're going to call this place home. The absence of reliable public transit is one of the city's biggest drawbacks for residents. Although there is public transit in Las Vegas, connecting different suburbs might be challenging due to the limited number of routes, especially in neighboring cities. This implies that the vast majority of commuters will choose for private automobiles or services like taxis and ride-sharing apps. Thankfully, the roads in Las Vegas are well organized, so getting about the city doesn't take too long, and traffic is seldom an issue. Getting around Las Vegas without a car is doable in principle. Visitors to the city may take use of RTC, the regional bus service, to travel between Las Vegas, Henderson and North Las Vegas. On the other hand, the city's public transit continues to get negative marks from residents. Having a vehicle on hand is your best chance for navigating the city and its environs. You should anticipate to spend between $600 and $1,000 yearly on auto insurance, given the average price of gas being $3.49 per gallon. While ride-sharing services like Uber and Lyft are available in your region, they may add up quickly. 7. Not a good place for family. There are casinos, pubs, clubs and other establishments open and operating at all hours. If you're going to do this, it's probably okay for adults, but where are you going to keep the kids during the day? As we've previously indicated, ritzy casinos often have multiplex cinemas, bowling lanes and dining options. There are usually heavy smoke and seedy types around. This is not the kind of location where you want to bring your kids for a date. And depending on where you live, it might be downright terrifying to go out after dark. There are nice individuals in every community, but there are also terrible people. Take precautions whenever you go out at night, but especially if you're traveling alone. 6. Bad drivers. Given its reputation as a city that never sleeps, Las Vegas has a round-the-clock business community. Las Vegas has hourly rushes and is always crowded. Public transit options are quite restrictive and expensive in comparison to other areas. Inadequate police presence makes traffic worse because aggressive drivers are not being restrained. 5. Lack of sense of community. While it's true that Vegas attracts individuals from all walks of life, many have noted the city's high turnover rate. It's easy to feel alone after putting down roots, since many individuals there don't make an effort to meet new people. Those who relocated to Las Vegas with the expectation of making new friends often found that they had to throw themselves out there more often than they were comfortable with. The city has a reputation for good times, but finding a permanent home there on your own can be challenging. People in this city work out around the clock, which means they either don't have room for anyone else or don't bother to care about someone else. And for those who like morally upbeat entertainment to share with their families and friends, particularly those who have young children, it falls short. There are numerous places to go for a good time, such as nightclubs, pubs and casinos, but there is a paucity of morally uplifting activities. 4. Gas prices. Car petrol and diesel are much more expensive in Las Vegas than in the rest of the nation. Vegas costs as much as, if not more than, a trip to California. Due to the city's location in the midst of a desert, petrol costs in Las Vegas are much higher than in other parts of the country. 3. Many vices in the city. Living in Las Vegas means always being exposed to temptation and depravity. Gambling, alcoholic beverages, and risque shows are available around the clock on the Las Vegas Strip and in the neighboring communities. Perhaps Las Vegas isn't the best place to call home if you struggle with these kinds of things or are easily tempted. Sin City got its name for a reason. If you can't control your urges, you're better off elsewhere. Although Las Vegas is not among the cities with the highest crime rates, it does have a fair share of criminal activity. Las Vegas has a very high sex trafficking rate. Increasing sex trafficking is attributed to the normalization of prostitution. Child prostitution has also been an issue in Sin City. 2. Lots of superficiality. It's true that you can find terrible individuals everywhere, but Las Vegas has a disproportionate share. Drugs are widely available, often in plain sight. Prostitution is the standard, and a wide variety of immoral products are regularly marketed. Smoke from cigarettes, drug users and sellers, and sometimes even gross squalor have contaminated many public spaces that were formerly suitable for families. That's not to imply that there aren't some decent individuals in Sin City. There are. However, there are many people you would rather avoid if you find yourself in the larger metropolitan centers of Las Vegas. 1. Bad public transportation. Clever Real Estate has released research claiming that Las Vegas has the poorest public transportation infrastructure of the 29 largest cities in the United States. Locals who rely on public transportation have less access to jobs and opportunities than those who have a car. Average annual income is $16,800 lower for transit commuters, yet they spend roughly $5,000 more on their journeys. Each year, they lose an extra 300 hours to transportation costs and time spent traveling to and from work. The average state has just one rush hour. However, there is no reliable public transit in Las Vegas, making it impossible for many individuals to go about without encountering this problem. There isn't a rail or subway network similar to what exists in New York and other major cities. There is a bus network, however it may be costly, with one-way tickets costing roughly $2. Las Vegas is a fantastic choice for fun and merriment, but it isn't without its downsides. Prostitution, extreme heat, toxic air, and other negative aspects of Las Vegas's environment are only a few examples. It's also not exactly kid and family friendly. For others, the cost of living here may be too high to justify. There are certainly worse things out there, but there are also plenty of fun things to do. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, and turn on the notification bell.